Hi guys, it's Rita here. For those who don't know me, I'm Rita Trindade. I'm the founder and curator of TrueObjects.com, and today I will have the chance of interviewing Gabriel Tarmassi, a German wood artist that explores the relationship between the mankind and our natural surroundings. I will be talking with Gabriel about his own artistic journey, his connection with wood, and his identity as an artist. I hope you enjoy the conversation.
So I'm a wood artist, as I would tell it. I originally have a background as a trained furniture maker. That's when I began to work with wood professionally. I always felt like a connection with the material. Like I was drawn to wood from an early age, and you know, walking around in the forest and doing carvings, whittling small things. Yeah, so it was, I guess, the material that really had an attraction for me. In a more conceptual way, it
Mhm,
started when I was researching at my design studies
mhm,
about like the wooden anatomy of the wooden cell structures. If you cut wood into pieces and view it under a microscope, and my idea was, how could I translate that? Like, yeah, we don't see like with our eyes, but we can see it under a microscope. But how can I make that experienceable, like to
mm,
see what's going on in the material, to apply it to the material really to a human scale.
mm,
So from there, I began to explore that kind of formal language that I have now. But it was really uh, or is still an ongoing process, and yeah, it's basically carved from these three panels. So for the rougher work, I'm using like angle grinders with carving discs on them to get into the rough
mhm,
shape. Before that, they're basically all these lines that you see, those dark lines. They're cut into the material, so it's actually where no material is. It's just yeah, basically shadows in the slots that I'm sawing into them initially before I do the shaping.
mhm,
And for the to get the smooth flowing surfaces, I'm using cabinet scrapers. I don't know if you know what that is. Basically, just a piece of very thin metal, like
yeah, mhm,
a sheet, um, which I then I make them myself, like to fit those kind of works, those kind of forms.
mm,
And they've got a very, very sharp edge on them, like a burr, and it's taking off very, very fine shadings, and I can refine the forms with them.
mhm,
Um, yeah. So yeah, this I guess that's a central question, like in my work. What's
mm,
the relation like between, I don't know, surroundings and humans or culture, nature? I don't know how you, doesn't matter how you would call it. Basically, the question, what are we in the universe? Why, or maybe not why, but what's the connection? Like, and I'm really interested in things like archaeology or anthropology, how humans, developed over time, and um, these, I would say, collective uh, memories of, of surroundings in
mhm,
all of us, like as a human collective um, heritage, as you would say. I think when you see the work, it makes more sense. Because I have these shapes. I mean, it's not something naturalistic. It's I guess you could call it abstract, but in a way that's still echoing um, the dynamics we find in nature,
yeah,
and also the grooves I'm cutting in. it's actually the effect is a lot more present when you viewing it from a side angle, because then you have that intersection with the just the straight lines and the shape that's flowing over them. It's like you can imagine it as a reference to when you have a landscape map that you would view a mountain from above and cut it just into different planes at different heights, and you know it's just a very geometric plane, but
Yeah.
as it intersects with the landscape, it gives those lovely dynamic lines. And it's, yeah, that's the same effect here actually with this piece. I think, yeah, I think there's no thing such the wood, like even if I'm using the term always, but what I want to say with that is there's such a huge, you know, variety between the species alone, between different trees have got so many differences, and then within each species, like how every single tree has been grown, it just tells a unique story. Yeah, I guess I would say it taught me to listen to what each piece is actually saying or expressing, and how can I enhance that by you know, including it in my process, rather than just, you know, putting a form onto something and then yeah, just having a dialogue with it, I would say. But it's, yeah, sometimes it's calm. Like I would say maple is a pretty calm type of species because there's not so much grain movement in it. Just now I'm working on another piece which is in ash, and it's got a pretty expressive grain that I then in return try to see, okay, how or which technique can I use to apply that grain really? How can I make, like, really what's making that species so special? How can I bring that out? So it's always searching for solutions, searching for ways to bring out the actual inherent beauty of the material, I would say.